Hello Flickering Myth family and welcome back to our channel. My name is EJ and in this video we are going to be diving into Harley Quinn Season 4. Oh boy, buckle up, this is probably the weirdest season yet. As much as the Harley Quinn animated series loves living in this raunchy, offensive, shocking world, there's also something really pure about the show. I absolutely loved the story of Harley and Ivy this season. It was really fun in Season 3, but to be honest, Season 3 didn't stick with me. There was something kind of chaotic about that season that I really didn't enjoy. Now we are dealing with the chaos of Season 3 in Season 4, and I have to say I like this a lot better than last season. But it still has some issues. There is still some things that I'm a bit confused about. Narrative choices, because by the end of the season, every compliment I had was starting to wane. It was like, okay, I really loved how focused and narrative centered, and like, oh wow, we are telling like a complete beginning, middle, and end with this story, and I'm so hooked on it. Wow, what a compelling 3-act structure. Oh, what is this? What the hell we're going on? I'm going to keep this fairly spoiler free, but sadly I will say this is tainted by a bit of the multiverse madness we are seeing in every comic book superhero sphere. It's a bit tiresome, so that's one of my only complaints. But about the first 5 episodes or so, first 5 or 6, I was hooked on this. I was really loving it. Like, I have new characters I really have an appreciation for. I found characters that I once loved, like, I'll get into characters in a moment, that I once loved but maybe fell out of love with a bit this season, and then by the end I started seeing, their point of view and it came around. This was really compelling, and again, at the center was Harley and Ivy. What a fun exploration of a relationship. We've seen the courting. We've seen, like the friendship, the courting. We've seen a little bit of their dating. Now they're trying to live their lives as a couple, and it's very strange, especially because Harley's trying to join the Bat family and Ivy is running the Legion of Doom. Very polar opposite mindsets, and how does that work in a relationship? But altogether, all of the characters from last season are dealing with some ramifications of what's happening. The Joker's done with it. Lex made a woke decision to hire a female, and look what happened to you, bro. Look what happened to you. Yeah, I like that this season is really piling on of what Season 3 dealt with, but I think this is a bit cleaner, and then we get to the last couple episodes, and a potato clone. We'll get into all of that in a spoiler review at another time, but it gets a little too wonky even for me. But again, the beginning of the season was so strong that I can forgive some of the later wackiness for maybe I can like the finale, because I have not seen the finale yet. Like I said, overall, it is a solid season, and what I really enjoy are the characters. We get so much more from our characters this season. Almost every, established character has a really fun, defining moment. Like, a little minor ones, like Clayface, the Vegas episode. We'll talk about episodes in a second, but yeah, I really loved where Clayface, we got to see him. King Shark, what a journey my dude is going through. Ron Funches, one of my favorite voice actors, is really killing it with this episode, with this season, in his fun, kind of depressing, weird arc that he's going through. All of those are great. A fun minor character that I liked a little bit when he was introduced, but fell in love with this season, Lex. Lex has a little entourage of men with him, little sassy men, and it's great. The whole Lex stuff, he's such a fun, weird, challenging character, and he's really dealing with the ramifications. He serves as one of our main kind of overarching villains. Same thing with a new introduced character, Talia al Ghul. Whoa, Talia. I've always loved this character, the whole, League of Assassins and all that. It's just really fun, and, what she could do, and what it could do with her father, and what she could add to this, and she's a really fun addition. What I love about her character, Talia, is she's involved in both stories. We see her introduced in one, I'm like, oh, that's really funny, oh my goodness, she has ties to this story as well. It's a really fun mix of her, and we really feel her presence throughout this season. And again, so many minor, small DC characters we meet throughout this season are great. There's an episode that features Steppenwolf, iconic level fanboy crazy energy from everyone. I really like that. I liked seeing, again, Clayface in the big Clayface showcase. I liked Alfred, especially in the first episode. Alfred had me going. Again, these characters are really fun, and let's talk about our central two. Ivy, we'll start off with Poison Ivy. I had a journey with her this season. At the beginning, I am confused what she wants to do, and I don't really agree with the decisions she's trying to make. And Harley is in a similar spot. Something about Ivy's writing this season wasn't particularly my favorite when she was outside of the direct Harley relationship stuff. When she's trying to deal with her place as the CEO of the Legion of Doom, it's not my favorite. Some of the stuff gets a little like, what are we doing? And then by the end, it starts evolving into a different spot, and then seeing what she has to deal with and her realization of the evolution of maybe what she caused. I like that. That's where I start going through. But it's weird. Like the whole season as a whole, I like I like less as it goes on, but I like Harley or Poison's character way more in the later half of the series. It's so weird. This season is very strange. But do you know who I love throughout this whole season? Harley Quinn. Whoa, Kaley Cuoco has been so good as the voice actress, and she has a really fun story now to match her voice acting. I love her with the Bat family and her trying to find her place as a hero and what that means for Harley Quinn as a hero. She has the Joker as the mayor. The Joker, poor baby, has to deal with his mayor life. It's not fun being in politics and ruling the world, Joker. You learned your lesson that you've learned in other iterations. It's really fun watching the Joker story here. But yeah, Harley is just dealing with all of that and then dealing with herself and dealing with her relationship with Ivy. She's a really fun character that's very complex, and as Harley usually is, but I love that this show takes as, again, how silly, weird, raunchy, and crazy it is. It takes time to make Harley such a realized character. Give her one of the greatest DC love stories. I have fallen in love with the DC, what they've done with Harley and Poison. Like, I did not like DC's decision to do it. It felt a little bit male gazy, like, oh, like let's put the two hot girls together. And now that there's other creators getting to tackle the story, I really think this is going to go down as one of DC's greatest love stories. It's going to be like Lois and Clark, Batman and I don't know, Batman and Catwoman sometimes it's not handled well, and then it's going to be Ivy and Harley. It's just truly the great relationships we have in our DC world, and I think it's great. I think the show really takes time to make that feel as special as it should. There is 3 episodes I want to highlight, and then there's one I want to kind of critique. I did not like the season premiere of this episode. It felt very redundant. It felt like, do I want to enter this show once again? What am I getting into? And then I kind of got used to it. And then I was just like, okay, I'm back into this world. I like where they're going with their story choices. There's the episode Idols Only, which is one of my favorites. It is the Clayface Vegas episode. I'm not going to say too much about any spoilers, but again, this is a really good look at Harley and Ivy's relationship. It's one of my favorite episodes that focuses on the duality of their worlds and having to mix them together. It is really fun. I also love the episode. It's like, you're the first person to ever come back from a business conference with chlamydia. That is truly the episode name. It is a tongue title of an episode, but I like it. I like what they did. It's the villain conference, but also we're seeing the Bat family have to make a Bat Airbnb because they're running out of money. The plot point with Talia, we'll talk about that in a spoiler review. But yeah, I really, really like those 2 episodes. They're kind of early in the season. And then there's one called, like, the most cultural, impactful film franchise of all time. That is the weirdest of the multiverse, seeing the different stories, and then it has the biggest what the hell with a new character introduced. That episode is truly the wonkiest and weirdest, but I enjoyed it for its singularity. Like, if it was like an 1 hour like special for the Harley Quinn animated series, like, oh, here is this kind of filler in between seasons, it would have been a really fun 1 hour adventure. But where I'm at with my story, where I was at like loving the first half, I was like, wow, we're thrusting this show into a different direction. I don't hate this direction, but from where we were in the beginning, it is not my favorite choice that they've made narrative. But again, I like this episode. I think it does a lot. It introduces a lot. Harley and Ivy get some really good moments, sharing a bonding experience between them, trying to stay spoiler free, but goodness, it is really, really fun. I like this episode. Again, I like the season overall. I like these episodes. These characters get really good moments. It's a really fun season. I really advise people check it out. All right, everyone, that is it for my review of Harley Quinn Season 4. It is coming to Max. Almost called it its old dead name, HBO Max. It's coming to Max this week. Check it out when it drops. I think it's definitely worth the viewing. What did you guys think of my review? If you've seen Harley Quinn, what did you guys think of this season? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to Flickering Myth because we make videos like this every single week. And give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. All right, enough of this video. Let's talk about Harley Quinn right down below.